You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts Jay Hove, Jeff, and Weezy. Please enjoy the show.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody to the Full Sport Press podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sportsman. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I'm Jay Hove.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
Weezy's in the building. Say what's up, Weezy.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yep. Look, we're recording on a Saturday.
Yeah. The different fun way.
For sure. We want to celebrate the Super Bowl, so we're a day early.
Yeah.
How's everybody?
Ready to get the show going.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah. Camera's always on.
Always on, baby.
Yeah, Weezy, what we got up on the show today?
Like that?
Huh?
You heard me. Uh-oh.
I dap you up. I dap you up, though.
Why you say huh like you didn't hear me?
No, I was trying to process.
Headphones on, so you heard me. Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Comfortable.
Yeah.
He comfortable. Yeah. No, that's what.
That's
good.
Yo, shit, Weezy.
That's the thing, though. I make me feel comfortable. You don't talk to nobody else like that. Just me. Practice it on me. Practice it on me. Because you know I ain't going to do nothing till I love your mom.
There you go, man. That's wrong, man. Like my mom. Man.
Nah, for real. Weezy, what we got up on the show today, man?
Today, we're handing out the college
See how
basketball.
You was back. You got top right. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
Today, we are handing out the college basketball midseason awards, man. FSP style.
It's always FSP style.
Always FSP
Most
style.
definitely. You had a good week, Weezy?
Pretty good week.
Yeah.
Pretty good week.
How your sciences doing, Jeff?
Midweek was rough.
What about today?
Today I'm good.
Today I'm not good today.
Not good today?
No, I'm not good today.
Watch out for that
Yeah.
flu.
The flu tough.
Flu's out here.
Woo, got AB. Got
Yeah.
my dog Sean Watch get well. Got him right now.
Oh,
Got him on the mend right now. He down. Godspeed to y'all boys.
Godspeed.
Best of the week, Weez. What you got?
My best of the week, man, is NBA, man. Them boys dropping numbers this week, man.
Most definitely. Yeah.
James Harden had a crazy week.
60-point triple-double.
My boy Mitchell from West had a crazy week.
Donovan Mitchell for sure.
Yeah.
Paul George had 43. Best player on the
Well,
Thunder.
man, what's up, man? NBA, it's going up.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Say it.
Yeah, now if I'm starting to tomorrow, I'm starting with Paul George. Paul George is a better player than Russell Westbrook. To me. That's just to me.
You like in like 1% of
Hey,
NBA.
I'm just saying. Hey.
It's not a. Yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Jeff? What's your best of the week?
Best of the week, NXT live tonight, man.
Yeah.
More Memorial, probably check it out.
Yeah.
We'll see
You going to go see that live?
Probably so.
Most definitely.
Ember
Now,
Moon,
it's a girl from
Talk to me.
Bristol, Tennessee that's
Okay.
in
NXT.
NXT.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
That I did.
Shout out to
know.
Neek, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Neek, he told me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Bristol.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, for sure. Said she'll be there.
Yeah.
My best of the week. Did you guys know that Quincy Jones has 22 girlfriends?
Yeah, I found it out this week.
No, for sure. He explained that he has 22 girlfriends all around the world, all aged between 28 and 42. And in fact, he's not really interested in anyone of his own age. He's 84.
Of course not.
The quote was, "If you see me with an 84-year-old woman, are you crazy? There's nothing. There's no upside. You got to be kidding me," end quote. Do you know how hard it would be to juggle 22 women at 84 years old?
At 28 years old. At
24.
At any time.
My God.
Period.
Man, I know you keep that Viagra in the fifth pocket
84?
of them wide-ass
Nah,
jeans.
Miss Browning. He said that interview is full of gems. though.
Oh, man, look, he was
Gems.
yeah, 84 years old.
Said he would have lived to 120.
He might have a remedy, dog.
Yeah, 28
Sure.
He said Prince tried to run Michael Jackson over.
You said who?
He said Prince tried to run Michael Jackson over.
I missed that one.
Yeah, the same interview. He gave
They
a story.
hated each other.
Yeah, he gave a story about Prince and Michael Jackson on the same stage as James Brown.
Okay.
And apparently Mike upstaged Prince that night.
Yeah.
Prince took it wrong. And outside, allegedly,
Yeah.
Prince was going to run over LaToya and Mike.
Wanted to smoke.
Yeah.
They said Prince about that action, though.
Yeah.
Prince.
Yeah, they said Prince about that. And there's a rumor that there will be a Prince hologram at the Super Bowl with Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
So, yeah, we'll talk about that next week. Weez, what's your worst of the week?
my worst of the week, man, we're going Mel Berry, man. That's my worst of the week.
Oh, my God. You
That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you saying.
That's it.
She out
Mel
here.
Berry.
Out here.
With the bodyguard.
That's it. You going
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's some people that don't live in Nashville. Can you let the people
Nah, you
outside
let
of
them
the
know.
state? Nah, I mean, it's not my worst of the week. It's your worst of the week.
You let them know.
Nah. Shout out to Mary Berry.
The bodyguard too.
Bodyguard too.
Welcome to Smash.
Welcome to Smash.
Berry, man. Google.
Oh, shit, Jim. What's your worst of the week?
Man, Floyd Mayweather out here playing, teaching this UFC fight. We don't want this, Floyd. Don't do it.
Yeah, we do. Get your
Go
$1 million, Floyd.
Floyd's gonna die.
Man, he would die. Come on.
That have it set up, man.
They can't. Like, you can't.
How you fix that?
Because it's where you can't use your legs or something.
It's gonna have to be that kind of stipulation. If they can use their legs, man, he don't stand a
Chance.
chance.
It'd be 45 seconds.
Just give him 2 minutes seconds.
Yeah.
It's like soon as they introduce him, dudes say go fight. It is
whatever
over.
they say.
Yeah, it's out of there.
Man. My worst of the week, man. We talked about a pre-production.
Okay.
Martin revamp. Come on, man.
Do we need that?
We do not need that. Some shit needs to just stay on Hulu.
Yeah.
What else we got?
believe
Netflix.
They actually think about another Martin.
Thinking about revamping it. They said that they were looking to restart it like at Tommy's funeral to see it. You know, like so the show would start.
Okay.
You know, like and people like and they'll say what people have been doing over the last how long have it been up? 20 years. Yeah. I'm not, man. Listen, not without Tommy.
Not without Tommy. Man.
Not without Tommy.
Bring back Roseanne.
They all bring it back.
Roseanne, but it's the full cast though. But it's like literally nobody's not missing.
Yeah. So they can Cole ain't coming back.
Nobody's missing. Huh?
Tommy's dead.
Tommy's dead.
Nah, Tommy's dead. I'm talking about Cole though. Cole.
They said, him, Cole, and Martin hated each other.
Got smoked.
Yeah.
Nobody like Martin.
They said Martin was battling some demons. I wonder what the hell. Martin was probably on some wild shit.
Yeah, back then he was on top of his game.
Ah man,
he was feeling himself.
Good HBCU.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah,
he probably was rough to deal with back then.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Why are you playing like that, man?
I'm not playing.
Tommy is a part of my childhood, man. I ain't gonna let you do Tommy any
had
kind
no
of
job, man.
But okay.
Tommy had no
Roseanne's
job.
coming back.
Roseanne definitely coming back. I've never watched an episode of Roseanne.
Seriously though,
In your life?
Mm-hmm.
it's a solid show.
That's what everybody says.
But I don't know how they bring it back though.
Why?
But how?
John Goodman's my guy.
John Goodman died in the last episode.
Obviously he didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how they gonna do this?
Yeah. Obviously he didn't.
He's stupid.
I remember that episode watching it back. Like, dude died, man. How they gonna do this?
You on the couch.
That's like bringing back James.
Yeah.
Good to
Obviously
He
he
can't
died.
bring James back.
Florida was fucked up about that.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. Simply search Full Sport Press Podcast. And after you do that, check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown and Spike Luke each and every Wednesday. They are back this week with the Shot Callers episode. Good to see AB back, doing halfway well.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Sounded rough on the episode a little bit.
For sure, man. Get well soon, AB. That flu ain't nothing to play with.
We got some lights out in that little man. Bro.
Little immune system probably weak as hell, too.
There you go.
Vitamins and shit.
There you go. Why you always gotta bring up about some vitamins and stuff?
Nah, I'm saying you just gotta take vitamins. You don't take vitamins every day? Hell no, you ain't taking up. Why did I ask that?
I don't know what I do
Yeah,
here.
man. I know what you do. You eat chicken every day. And lemonade.
Chicken lemonade.
Chicken lemonade.
Lemonade's fun. I like lemonade. Simple lemonade.
Simply. That's overrated.
No.
No, I'm telling you, for real.
Simply as a product line ever is like
Simply.
GOAT levels.
What's better than some lemonade?
It's way better lemonades than that.
What?
Name one.
Name one.
Name one.
Purity. Talk to me.
Not
Talk to
very
me.
Not very simple. No, Jay.
Pretty
No.
D-League, dude. Pretty D-League.
Now you crazy. Get
Compared
some
to
good lemonades.
Milo is good.
I'm telling y'all.
Milo's straight.
I'm telling y'all. Nothing better
It's
than
a little
simple,
better.
dude.
Yeah, yes, I like some
Nothing.
lemonade.
Oh, okay. See, that's why. Weak ass taste. The Ladies Room Podcast, man. Check out Rizzo and Anne Marie to find out what the ladies are really talking about in the Ladies Room. You can catch up on past episodes and follow the Ladies Room Podcast on IG and Facebook. One time for Coach Locke.
Shout out to the ladies.
That's right. Most definitely. Me and my dog Animal Brown, man. Got to get that Fresh for Dummies out, man. A self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. Until we record the newest one, when AB gets back at 100%. Catch our latest issues. The H&M controversy is up right now. Directly for the culture. Follow the show IG page at Fresh for Dummies. Simply search Fresh for Dummies on all your social media outlets for sure.
And you can read up on your favorite FSP co-hosts. Purchase your FSP merchandise and catch up on past episodes from all the other shows we just mentioned. How do you do that, you ask? Simply search www.realvillemedia.com. Tell a friend to support the real.
OMG!
Now, Jeff, you got 10 good wrestling seconds in you.
Oh, yeah.
Start that clock.
Quick Royal Rumble recap. My guy, Shinsuke Nakamura, won the 2018 Royal Rumble. He and Roman Reigns were the last two guys in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled it out. Pause.
Shinsuke Nakamura?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nakamura.
Yeah. I can't say that. It's my guy.
That's your guy.
Yeah, he wears the beaded jacket to the ring, like Michael Jackson, the red leather pants and all. He's out here. Yeah, okay. Anyway, moving on. Asuka won the inaugural Women's Royal Rumble. Dominating performance. Did her thing. But the surprise of the night came when Ronda Rousey made her WWE debut at the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the Roddy Piper shirt on.
Yeah, Roddy. Yeah. Shout out to
Ronda Rousey.
There we go.
Signed a full-time contract.
Yeah, how much do you think she get paid a year for that?
Man, that's probably crazy.
Probably 5. Yeah.
Up there with Brock. Brock's getting like 5 to 7. So this guy.
Damn.
Yeah.
She got a wrestler.
Shout out to wrestling, man. Yeah.
You
should have been a wrestler.
Fairground wrestler.
You've been a fairground wrestler for sure.
I jump on the top rope now.
Yeah,
I'm on the top rope. I'm going off the top rope.
Yeah, but you he wrestled in a full hoodie though.
Why you?
No singlets for real.
Yeah.
Hell no. Either that or you have a tutu on.
Oh my goodness.
See, if I go with him, he be hot. I ain't gonna do that.
Question of the week, fella.
Hey.
$100,000 on the line.
Uh-oh.
All right. Hey, get to live your life with body paint. Green, like the Hulk. So you walk around body paint like the Hulk. You got that, cameraman? Okay.
I hope not.
The second one, eat dog food for 3 meals.
Who is this?
Number 6, listen to only polka music all day, every day, no other music.
For how long?
Every day, all day. But this is just for a year's salary of $100,000.
Okay.
And last but not least, every time you lie, you get shot for 1.5 seconds with the power of a stun gun.
Ooh.
What would you pick for your $100,000 salary?
I'm wearing body paint, probably.
You going?
That's how you saying it. That's how you saying it.
I don't know why that
It's just how
that
you
was so funny,
I'm
dog.
wearing body paint, bro.
Man,
Body paint.
you in body paint.
And that's it. Like you just wear
You
body
just wear the
paint.
body paint, you gonna be the Hulk.
No
Squeeze
capris.
it up. Squeeze it
I'm
up.
bringing it up, man.
What about you, Jeff? What you doing?
Definitely wear body paint.
Nah, I don't.
Oh. Damn.
You gonna get shot for lying?
I might have to wear the body paint like what
You sound right. You ain't gonna eat no kibbles and bits.
Nah, now you give us a
You ain't gonna eat no kibbles and bits.
3 meals a day, 100 days.
Puppy child.
Puppy chat.
Yeah.
And the other one was the shot with the baby lie. And what was the third one? Was he?
This is only polka
Polka
music all
music.
day, every day. That's bad music. That's
That's
tough to
whole
listen to.
music.
This might be the roughest
I'm
one.
telling you, you get that body paint for real.
It's gotta be the body paint.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you got body paint.
You ain't gonna let nobody shock you.
Not for 1.5.
Nah.
No, every time you lie. What if you don't just what? That means you don't.
Everybody lie. Everybody lie.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lie is somebody saying, "Are you having a good day?" And you say, "Yeah, we're really
Shock.
pissed off." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lie. A lie's a lie.
Lie,
You ain't gonna eat no pedigree puppy child.
You
3 times a day.
You
Not
ain't
3
gonna eat
times a
that.
day.
Yeah. Cameraman, you doing the shot. Cameraman said he doing the shot. That's the
He's
fool.
a truthful man.
Yeah.
He's a truthful man. though.
Shh. You don't get a lot of shots.
That's a lying dude, man.
Hey, do you like that?
You gonna need it there.
No, I'm saying I promise. I promise that ain't gonna be numb out here. I'm trying to tell you now. Woo. No, I ain't gonna let you go out like that. This coming for real.
You gotta go to
You
pain.
gotta put that body paint on for real.
That's it. Some questions during the show at Full Sport Press, man. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
Tell your body paint wearing friends.
Hey, that body paint popping for
For
real.
sure, man. To tell a friend, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. About that FSP
Since
podcast.
2014.
Since 2014.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Yes,
Revolution will be podcast. You better know it. Before we get started first, you got a poll question for the listeners.
Yes, sir. This week's poll question is talking about Super Bowl.
Here we
Excluding Tom Brady, who would win Super Bowl 52 MVP? Nick Foles, quarterback. Fletcher Cox, D tackle. Brendan Cooks, Patriots, wide receiver room. Rob Gronkowski, tight end.
Most definitely. So I'm going to give my Super Bowl pick at halftime when Coach Brown goes over who should win and how and why and all that good stuff.
Okay.
I think I would tell if I'm seeing who has the best chance of winning Super Bowl MVP. If the Eagles win, Nick Foles will win.
Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Nick Foles has the best chance of winning MVP. Rob Gronkowski. If I had to go for the Patriots. Yeah. What about you, Jeff?
I think I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
But I won't. For FSP's sake,
Yeah.
I won't Fletcher Cox to win.
Man, because it's Mr. Steve, girl. What about you, Will?
I'm going to go with Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, the Gronk.
Yeah, can't nobody guard dude.
I don't know. I think
Jackson
Jacksonville
got
did a
something to
good
say
job.
about that.
Jacksonville did a good job with him.
They was hitting him, but nobody can guard him, dude.
That's tough. I agree with that.
Nobody can guard him.
Most
Matchup
definitely.
nightmare.
Most definitely. You ready to get started first half, fellas?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
The first half is underway.
First half, hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I'm J-Hop.
It's your boy, Big Joe.
My weed was cracking.
The Poppin' Weeds. Where can they find you on social media, man?
They can find me at FSP_Weeds
For sure.
on IG.
For sure. Where you at on Twitter?
Man, FSP Weeds on Twitter.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not
what I
true.
am on Twitter.
Yo, somebody asked me. Somebody asked me, yo, is he serious when he does it? And I said, yeah.
Somebody
You
asked me
really
the
don't
same.
know.
Like, your boy already know it?
No.
He don't. He's dead serious.
Yeah, for sure. And I ain't telling his ass. What about you, Jeff? Where can they find you, Jeff?
Jay Easley 84 across all social media
For
platforms.
sure, man.
Yeah.
You letting them in?
Huh?
You letting them in?
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Twitter's wide.
Twitter
on
wide.
balls. Yeah, we can have
For sure, me too. Yeah. Full conversation.
Full conversation on Twitter.
For sure, most definitely. I am J-Ho on all social media, for sure.
How about how that king look?
What's that?
Huh?
Yeah, you ready? So, first half. Let's get the first half kicked off with the NBA trade deadline, which is February the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, here's a list of players who could conceivably be moved before next Thursday's trade deadline, excluding the names that everybody is already talking about. Okay. Let's start off there with Aaron Gordon. Let's see, with the Magic. Now, with Aaron Gordon being a 22-year-old, basically having an all-star caliber year, what would you say? Is that something that the Magic should do, or is it something they should kind of hold on to?
Sell high.
Sell high.
Sell high.
You gotta sell high.
I mean, they're not. I mean, they started the year off great.
Mm-hmm, they did.
Yeah.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
They did. Who's go?
Came back to earth.
Came back way back. It was because of him.
I think they should hold on to him.
Yeah, wait. He's a restricted free agent, and they don't really know if they want to pay him.
Right. You're gonna have to. He's gonna demand
for sure. And then you drafted Jonathan Isaac, who had he's a preacher now.
Yeah.
He had a preacher sermon, his first preacher sermon. Nobody on the show that.
Orlando Magic team.
Not one person.
Not even the trainer.
Not even the trainers, dog.
That's right.
The trainers got to show up.
The guy putting the
Equipment
tape on.
managers, come on, man. Next person, Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum. If you are the Blazers, would you do this with either one of those players? Or would you try another year with this duo, this great duo?
I think it's.
CJ for sure.
Okay.
So you think CJ McCollum is more? What's the word I'm looking for, Joe?
Dependable.
Yeah, for sure.
He fits. He can score. He fits more of the game today.
At 6'3" and a 2-goal.
CJ McCollum put some numbers.
Yeah, for sure. It's just he has to really work to get that.
He does it.
And he does it. No, I'm not knocking it for sure, but I think Damian Lillard is at a fork in the road. You know, so he pulls up to Paul Allen without his shirt on. Say, where we going with this? I think this is the time where you again sell high. He's an all-star. He has a really good shoe this year. I think it's one of those things. It could be like a Blake Griffin situation, which we'll talk about a little bit in the first half, where it would be beneficial for both parties to move on. But where would he go?
Where does he go?
Where Atlanta, trading for Schroeder, and maybe like one of those, maybe a pick. And
You gotta get a pick.
I can see him going to Atlanta, starting it there. You know,
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, what we'll see.
The Pistons do.
or the
whatever
Pistons.
they have left.
Him or CJ.
Yeah, whatever they have left.
Whatever they have left. I'm telling you, you will see an influx of players being traded to the Eastern Conference over the next, over this week for sure, and also this summer. People know it's an easier way to first be an All-Star,
Yes,
and an easier way to go deeper in the playoff, for sure. Hassan Whiteside, man, 28 years old, man, going to be making $27 million 2 seasons from now. Numbers are still great. Should have been an All-Star, but you have Bam Adebayo, you have Kelly Olynyk, who you paid $50 million for. You have James Johnson. It might be more of an urgent move to, tie up some of that long-term money you have with some of your wings. Yeah. But Hassan Whiteside is the easiest person to move, considering the fact that every team needs a Hassan Whiteside. Would you trade him?
If I'm a playoff contender right now, and I need that, I need a guy. Yeah. What do you want from him?
I mean, look at their paying. They have Tyler Johnson, who's getting $65 million. You have D Wade, your man, Waiters Island, my guy. I like D Wade. He's getting $55, $60. You got
he is right.
You got Josh Richardson, right? You got Josh Richardson, who's getting $50 million. So in turn, those are 3 guards. Yeah. They all are the same players, Jeff. Yeah. So in turn, I would get rid of one of them before I get rid of Whiteside.
But I think you can get more back for Whiteside.
And that's exactly, for sure. Yeah. Otto Porter, Washington Wizards.
This one's scary.
He just signed a $106 million contract.
I know.
Kind of similar like Griffin. And it's
just trade him.
This is the thing. They expected him. We talked about this probably maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah. We expected this to be another great year for him. In turn, Kelly Oubre is playing better than him. Yeah. Trade him and actually get somebody. But have you seen the dysfunction that's going on in D.C.? So they won last night, Weezy. And everybody's tweeting, we actually won a team game. Yeah. It's actually, people are actually passing the ball. This is the way we should have been playing. Because John Wall's been out, so they're looking, and John Wall, he put laughing out loud on the tweet. Like, really, that's what we doing? So,
what's that about, man? That's your man. That's your
my
man.
guy. This is the thing.
He signed John Wall.
Listen.
Did Bradley Beal tweet too?
No, he was in an interview. He literally said, this is the way we should play. We don't play like this. Everybody eats when we're playing like this. So, if you're the Washington Wizards, do you get rid of John Wall, or do you get rid of... Or do you get rid of
the locker room? Split up,
yeah. They said the locker room's been split. Yeah. And when what's my little man name? JJ Barea. Yeah. JJ Barea said nobody on the team likes him either. This is the first person I don't like that ever's played in the NBA, and now I see why, because nobody on this team likes him either. So I don't know, man. Gang sign John Wall is a hell of a player, but
if your teammates don't, you can't get it right with your teammates.
Yeah. And dude, in 2020. John Wall and Brad Beal both be making $98 million.
That's right.
One of them will be gone, for sure. And last but not least, Paul Millsap, man.
Still out here getting the check.
On the trading block, just signed a big dog contract with him as a free agent leaving Atlanta. Okay. He got hurt week 2 of the NBA season. Mm-hmm. In turn, Trey Lyles comes in playing way, way higher than people expected. Okay. Now Paul Millsap becomes expendable. Yeah. Is that somebody that you trade?
Yes.
Yeah, he's older.
He's old, but he's still serviceable.
Who's gonna take that money from Paul Millsap though?
Yeah, I mean that's a big contract. He's 33. He'll be turning 33 next month or next week, I think. So it's really hard to trade a person 31 years older with at least 4 or 5 years left on the contract.
But his game,
he'll play like that until he's 30. Really well.
Like Zach Randolph.
Great point.
You know what I mean? So it's like you got, as long as he keeps himself in shape, you got a player that's gonna be there at least 2 or 3 more years that can help you out.
Coming back shortly after the All-Star break. They got a young team though. So those are the people that nobody's talking about being traded. But we'll see. February 8th. What's that?
My man Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson shout out Sean Watts. He will be cut.
Okay.
Because nobody's trading for Joe Johnson. And Cleveland will get him or somebody. J.R. Smith is on the block. They trying to trade J.R. Smith so tough.
Anybody.
Yeah,
somebody.
Man, so we'll see.
Let's move on to the NFL, guys. Mm-hmm. It seems like NFL Thursday Night Football has found a new home. Fox will pay over $500 million over the next 5 years to broadcast 11 games, excluding Thanksgiving. And the NFL Network will broadcast the other 7 games. The streaming rights are still up for grabs, of course, because Amazon still wants some of that, maybe Netflix or something like that. Will stability finally help Thursday Night Football rating?
No, I think this is a dinosaur. Thursday night football is tough to watch.
Yeah.
One of the matchups are always trash. It's always the Titans versus the Texans.
On paper, in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, or the Jaguars playing Jets, something weird. So
on paper, those games are good, though. On paper, division game, because in theory, it's always division games. The color rush uniforms.
Yeah, that helps. That helps. Yeah,
but it's just bad football. No matter how you slice it, it's bad football.
Lower quality.
Somebody always get hurt.
Yeah, that's because it's short week.
Too quick of a turnaround.
Yeah, but they're not gonna stop it.
Yeah, it's too much money.
Too much money.
It's too much
they're
money.
not gonna stop it. NFL and things like we paying this money.
Yeah. NBC and CBS pay like $450. They're saying that Fox probably paid close to like what you said, $500 to $600 million
a year.
It's crazy. A year.
Yeah.
It's insane, man. But yeah, that Thursday night football shit it's a dinosaur for sure. And I think the only way, how do you fix it then?
I think it has to be like special occasions. Go back to Thanksgiving, the first game of the year. You know what I mean? Stuff like that works. You know what I mean? But just having it every Thursday is like, no.
Too much money, Jay.
I know.
It's too much money.
I don't ever watch it unless my team is playing.
It's like, I know y'all don't care about this, but it's like on Monday Night Raw when it comes to wrestling, it shouldn't be 3 hours.
No, the first hour they just talk.
Because of advertising in money like that, they got to do 3 hours, but it takes away from the product. But,
you got to get the money.
Got to get started.
Get that money.
The Raw first game used to be 1 hour.
It'd be 2 hours.
It should be 2 hours.
Monday Night Raw was 2 hours.
Yeah, it's 2 hours.
Yeah. It started off 1 hour, but then the Rock took.
Oh no, it definitely started out with 1 hour. Yeah, for sure. Let's get back to the NBA, man. Monday's Blake Griffin trade basically came out of nowhere. There were rumors about his teammates, DeAndre Jordan, Lou Williams, hell, maybe Austin Rivers. But few expected the Clippers to move just 7 months after he signed a 5-year, $171 million contract. Were the Clippers fair or foul for trading their all-star?
Fair. From a business standpoint. They won from a business standpoint. Got from up under their contract. Yeah. You weren't going anywhere with them anyway. Yeah. So, you win.
I think Detroit gave up too much for him.
I agree with that 100%.
This is the thing. Blake Griffin
100% agree.
Blake Griffin is a number 2 power forward in the whole NBA. So if you can get him for Tobias Harris, who is an expiring contract, Avery Bradley, who was that what?
Tobias Harris would be a star.
He's done. Too much movement. Too much movement. He can't get into his groove. Yeah, and Detroit was his home. He had finally found the groove. He was getting all-star mentions, and then boom, he gets traded after he has his best year. Blake Griffin, they set him in Staples Center, retired his jersey with a choir in the background. 7 months later, you say to him, "Hey, nah, I'm gonna trade you." One, this is Blake Griffin's fault though, because because they said he was gonna be a Clipper forever. He was the dynasty. This is the thing this is Blake Griffin's fault, Jeff. Listen, when Blake Griffin signed a contract, he could have took $151 million instead of the $171. Yeah. He would have had no trade clause, and it would have been an option for a 5th year. Yeah. And the kicker is if you're traded with the no trade clause, the other team has to pay 30% of the contract, right? Right. That's Blake Griffin's fault because now you're covering your back. Yeah. He did not cover his back. And in turn, they saw, which was Jerry West, who moves silently. Yeah. When he makes moves, you don't hear shit.
You don't hear about it till it's about to drop.
Literally. Yeah. Like, we heard about it, and an hour later, he was straight. Yeah. So, in turn, he saw the writing on the wall. He was like, man, I got to get something. And they did. I think they did the best thing for the franchise. Yeah. How do you sign with it? This is the thing. There's nobody that will get a 5-year contract anymore without that no trade clause. It'll never happen again.
I mean, you'll take that less money.
Hell yeah, just for that.
I think business-wise, for Detroit, they gave up too much for him. But for Blake Griffin, going to play with, he gonna make the playoffs now.
Yeah, they'll make the playoffs.
They was in the same spot, 9th seed.
Yeah.
Both teams. I'm just saying, both teams were 9th seed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah, I think it was a bad trade for Detroit. I know Animal Brown's listening. I know that's his team. I hate to say that.
He on one.
Yeah, he's having a great time.
Yeah,
you know,
I would be too. That's the best player they've had since Grant Hill. That's the biggest superstar they've had since Grant Hill.
Rasheed Wallace.
Blake Griffin is the biggest superstar that they've had since.
They had Allen Iverson on the team.
Blake Griffin is the biggest superstar that the Detroit Pistons have had since Grant Hill. Allen Iverson was a shell of himself when he came.
That was his last good.
Yeah.
That was his last good.
Done.
That was his last good.
Blake Griffin, was he a top 5 player in his position when he got traded? No.
Yes.
No, Jeff, man. Damn. I get it, right? It's nostalgia. That's your man.
It's not
now.
nostalgia. He still averaged 25 points a game that year.
He was, bro. That team literally like
They hate
crumbled
They hate him.
as soon as he like
They hate him.
he's come on.
That team was only good because of their chemistry. Not
Exactly.
only,
Yeah,
take it back. They
there's
were
a lot.
great
There's a
because
lot
of
to
their
do.
chemistry.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
so him coming there hurt that team. Anyway, let's keep talking about trades.
Okay.
While most of the country was watching the State of the Union address, the Washington football team and Kansas City Chiefs decided to sneak a trade in on the football world. Kansas City traded their starting quarterback, Alex Smith, to the Washington football franchise for a third-round draft pick and a promising young cornerback, Kendall Fuller. Who
won? Alex Smith won. Yeah, no, for sure. Because the way he ended in Kansas City, man, it was star-crossed. He has this problem every time he gets into gets rolling.
Yeah.
And you got, San Francisco 49ers, we got rid of him because of cap.
Yeah.
And you go in with this, you got Mahomes, and they get rid of him, So there's no chance for him returning. He gets $71 million to go to a place, and he can be just as good. And they use their tight ends real well, and that's what he does.
That's
So,
impressive him. He need to go take communion tomorrow for real.
$71 million, yeah, for sure.
25
and 6 touchdowns. I mean, it's 25 touchdowns.
He's a perfect game manager.
Game manager, for sure.
Easy.
Not throwing about
Daniel Snyder from Washington always doing stuff crazy like this. Remember, he paid Albert Hayes $100 million.
He did.
Yep.
Yeah.
When he was 40 almost.
Yeah. No, he wasn't 40, but I see what
I'm
you're
just
saying.
saying,
He was on the decline.
Right.
But okay, what about Kirk Cousins? I know he's better off leaving Washington.
He's about to make a ridiculous amount of money.
He is, for sure.
Like, somebody's going to pay over. I hate to say it. I think we're going to do it. I think both of us going to do it.
Well,
they're going to offer him a ridiculous amount of money he doesn't deserve.
Well, Pro Bowl quality quarterbacks don't come around too often.
I really don't understand.
I don't think he's it. Yeah, go ahead.
People say he don't deserve it. Why?
I dead ass.
What has Washington done with him?
Mm-hmm.
They have no talent around him.
Oh.
He had a receiver core last year.
Yeah, he had
Terrell Pryor let them down.
I'm sorry, Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, they had a good year that year.
They had a good year that year.
Yeah.
But this year, Terrell Pryor was...
He did. He should have
underperformed.
Josh Doctson.
Josh Doctson,
yeah.
And
then
Jordan Reed can't stay.
Always hurt.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then Deshaun Jackson didn't do anything.
If I'm starting a team tomorrow, give me Alex Smith over Kirk Cousins.
I agree.
Right?
Alex Smith. If you pick Alex Smith and I give me Kirk Cousins, I won't be like, okay.
It's not a lose-lose.
No,
I would be mad if I have to pay somebody $100 million, close to $75 million guaranteed if it's Kirk Cousins. I don't believe in Kirk Cousins.
He ain't
He's not the answer.
He's going to get paid.
He's going to get paid. 75 to 100. Easy guaranteed. What about Pat Mahomes, though?
It's your car now.
Hey.
You got the keys to the ship.
Hey, man. This is team now.
They say that about like Aaron Rodgers.
They say he can make every pass.
Yeah.
And then
on the field.
And then the real loser out of this, they shouldn't have traded Kendall Fuller. Kendall Fuller.
That's
stupid.
a lot.
Jeff, that was stupid.
It's a lot to give up.
Kendall Fuller's ranked higher than Jalen Ramsey coming out of high school.
You know what I'm saying?
He tears his ACL. He goes in at Virginia Tech, tears his ACL. He's slower, for sure. But at the same time, you put him at the nickel, he can play at a really high level. Yeah. There's a reason that this kid was ranked higher. He was really good.
The reason why they traded him, I don't know why, but they thinking your boy gonna bounce back off his injury. But they will in the backfield. I mean,
what are you talking about?
The safety.
Eric Berry? Yeah. I mean,
he can play nickel too, though.
Yeah. So you have Peters on one side, you have him, and then you have Eric Berry. That's solid.
Yeah, that's why I don't think
that's a good team, man. Yeah. I like that. Let's move on to college sports, man. The NCAA is proposing a change to its transfer rules, which would allow students to transfer more freely and play immediately. Now, at the moment, student athletes are allowed to transfer from one school to another, but may face a penalty of sitting out one entire season. Mm-hmm. This new rule would allow student athletes to leave if their coach is fired or if a school is under NCAA sanctions. Is this good or bad for college sports?
Great. Great.
Yeah. Should have been done.
Great.
But it will turn it into the Wild Wild West.
So that's what I'm afraid of.
It already is with coaches.
And true enough. I think this is just another thing, like another Band-Aid to put over the wound of just not paying these kids to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they're doing. To me, it just feels like it's another excuse for not paying the kids to play. So.
Yeah. Now, let's be real. You go to play for a coach. You don't go to play for the school. The school is an addict. So if the coach leaves, that person didn't recruit you that comes in.
You should have the option.
You should have the option to be able to leave. Yeah. I like that. But I think the thing is, if they're every year and situations like that, I don't think that's cool. But if your coach leaves, you should be able to leave. Then you can't go with him. If you go with him, you have to sit out a year. But in turn, if you leave, that's the rule.
That kind of defeats it, though.
No. But this is the thing. You just can't leave and go as you know what I'm saying? That would make more sense.
But you have to sit out a year.
You got to sit out a year if you follow your coach.
You should have sit out? See, that's what I
see what I'm saying? Like, if I'm recruited by J-Ho, J-Ho recruits me to Alabama.
Right.
Then he moves to Auburn. Why can't I go to Auburn with J-Ho? That's who recruited me.
Yeah, and I get that, right? But
J-Ho ain't sitting out a year.
Yeah,
right.
no, sure. Yeah, I know. But that's the thing, and that's what people are upset about because, well, that's the whole point of you going to the schools to be with this coach, even though it's a situation where, just for example, the kid, Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Right? He wants to go play at FAU, right? So next year. He can't go. Right. He can't go because he has to sit out a year.
Right.
Lane is gone in a year.
Easy.
Lane is gone in a year. If he follows him to Oregon next year, then it's a situation where he still has to sit out another year. So he's out 2 years of college football. It's crazy.
They get that rule paid.
They'll figure that out. He's not going there.
Go.
He's not going.
Go. Just go, Jalen Hurts. Sit down and go.
Let's move on to the boxing ring, man. Part 2 of the Triple G and Canelo Alvarez boxing soap opera will be held on May 5th. If you remember, the first bout ended in a controversial draw. Who wins and how, y'all?
Oh, man, that first fight, it was, would you say, you're a boxing guy, Jeff, would you say it was anticlimactic?
I think it was over the top drop. It's like a Tyler Perry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, we didn't need all that. Like, it clearly, like, it was not a draw. But to preserve, everyone's mystique, it had to go that way. So
yeah, I mean, I just don't think the outcome left anybody satisfied.
Right.
Looking for another crack at it. I think this is what we'll get. I think the first one sold 1.3 pay-per-view, so that's pretty solid for that.
Yeah.
I just think the thing is, where will it be? Where will the judges be? Yeah. Like boxing, man, it's so tricky with boxing nowadays.
What that draw did was guaranteed it would be 3 fights.
Yep.
Guaranteed that.
Yep.
So as long as no one gets knocked out in the first round,
we're
going to do this again next year or later on this year. So
let's get a decent undercard for this one too.
That's I never understood why boxing never do that.
Undercards be weak.
Like you have to stack the card to make people want to spend that money.
Right.
You know what I mean? It make people feel good about spending the money.
Right.
But they never do that. And I don't get it. Like you could put some of these younger guys on there that have a name that never been on pay-per-view that can't sell a pay-per-view by themselves, but knowing if you have I'm not gonna get too boxing with it, but you have somebody on there that's up and coming, a young guy,
right?
That can move the needle a little bit.
Right.
Next thing you know, you got your next superstar right there.
You do.
You know what I mean?
But before we get started with halftime, let's talk about social media swindlers. Now, third-year power forward Montrezl Harrell recently got in touch with an IG model.
Okay.
We won't say on the show, can't give her more shine than she already has. And decided he liked what he saw, Jeff. So he flew out to L.A., Weezy style, to get a closer look.
Wow, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, Weezy.
Yeah. Now, things took a turn for the worse after she took pictures of his house and cars and posted them all over social media, basically congratulating herself. Is this bad luck or lack of judgment? Or both? On Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, it's lack of judgment.
Yeah.
A little bad luck too, but a little more lack of judgment.
I mean, she was everywhere.
Bad luck.
She like literally like documented the whole thing. Like literally picking up my bags, going on the plane.
Yeah.
I'm in the house. I'm in this car. Like, first off, I'm trying to get this man raw.
Act like you've been somewhere.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
That's all that man information on social media like that, man.
Yeah. First of all, you don't fly to the crib. Fly to the Ritz cars.
Yeah.
Shout out to it's a bet,
yeah,
right?
it's very much
to the Ritz
cars. Yeah, for sure.
Tell your homeboy to give you the top floor.
Yeah.
Top floor that night. That's it.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a social media age. You
can't make that.
You can't make such a hasty judgment doing something like that, man. It's too much on the line, man. And I get it, NBA players calling. You're coming. You're flying out. But you gotta pick them.
It's a bag.
You gotta pick them better than that, Montrez. Nah, listen, man. She had this man. She in the car, flicking it up in the car.
She was shining.
Oh, she was shining.
Fly to the Ritz.
Yeah.
Put all your credit cards and stuff.
Right.
At the house.
Yeah.
everything, you know.
Apple Pay everything.
Yeah, he should have been. He called me on that one.
He should have called Montrez. Holly Weezy didn't get you right.
You know I do this.
You done it before. Y'all ready to get started halftime?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime. We have another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. Coach Brown's a former TSU tight end and the current defensive coordinator for Hillsborough High School in Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to the Burrows. Coach Brown will give an insight on hot topics from a former player and a current coach's perspective. Let's see what Coach Brown has to say this week.
Good evening. I am Coach Brown, and welcome to Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. We're talking the Super Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, the greatest event in sports, the Super Bowl. Philadelphia Eagles versus the New England Patriots. Who's going to take it? Now, let me start off by saying this, guys. I despise New England Patriots, not because they're good or because they win. It's because all of the mulligans they get to win. Now, I'm not going to take anything from the greatness of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick as a coach. Hey, I'm a coach. I admire what they've done. But if you've been caught cheating, one thing I do know is not the first time you've cheated. Another thing I know, you're probably going to cheat again. I'm just going to throw that out there. But let's talk football. Football-wise, can the Philadelphia Eagles take this game? It's going to be tough on them. But their defense has the ingredients to give Tom Brady problems. If we think back to the teams that have given Tom Brady problems, there have been 40 front teams that are able to rush 4 and 2 platoon. 2 platoon means that their second string is as good as their first string. So they're able to play longer and faster. The New York Giants was a team that represented that and beat them twice, I believe. The Jacksonville Jaguars was very similar to that. They just didn't have the depth on the D-line in the second half. So I think the Philadelphia Eagles has what it takes to possibly beat the New England Patriots. But can I bet against Terrific Tom? Can I bet against Belichick? Can I do it? The huge question mark for me is Nick Foles. Can Nick Foles do enough to win this game? And if Nick Foles does this create a controversy in Philadelphia? Being that your second string quarterback has taken you to the promised land, to the mountaintop? I don't know. You guys are going to think I'm crazy. I'm picking the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles. They will beat the New England Patriots. I have spoken, so it shall be done. Hey, I am the coach, Coach Brown that is, Rue, and I'm gone.
And that is another installment of Coach Brown's 2-minute drill. Let's go over a couple of things, Super Bowl style. Now, Coach Brown picked Philly to win. Coach Brown also hates the Patriots, and he also picked Georgia to win in an emotional pick against who would they lose to? Alabama.
He had to go. But he had the Georgia game won.
That's his team. That's his team.
That's his team. That's why I said it's an emotional pick. Yeah. Is it a bigger win for Philly or the Patriots to win this game?
Oh, Philly for sure.
Bigger win for Philly.
Yeah.
Will it cement anything or will it lessen anything for the Patriots if they lose?
I don't think you can lessen anything after that comeback they did last year.
Right.
I think New England implodes after this.
If they lose,
if they win,
if they win or lose, you're losing all your coordinators.
Yeah.
I think
Belichick walks out.
You think he's done at the end of this?
If all this stuff they're saying is true, that's going up there, he might be gone.
Might be gone.
Yeah.
The last time Belichick lost both his coordinators,
maybe
7 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what they did? 10-6 the next season, and got beat by Pittsburgh in the first round.
So they lost Romeo Crennel and Charlie White. Probably the same thing. Okay. So if Philly wins, is there a quarterback controversy in Philly?
No.
This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. This is Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
This ain't got shit to do with Carson Wentz. This ain't got shit to do with Nick Foles. Because we've seen the best of Carson Wentz. And it looks just like Nick Foles. The numbers are eerily similar.
Oh, hell
no, I'm telling you, this is all a system. I'm telling you, Doug Peterson, Frank Wright, Jim Schwartz with the defense has those boys playing at a high level, and it has nothing at all, 100% to do with Carson Wentz. I'm telling you, if I'm Carson Wentz right now, I'm trading him to Cleveland for that first and that fifth pick.
Ooh, you just want to say that.
I would do that. I'm doing it.
He getting the Stephen A. Smith on.
Because Nick Foles, I'm telling you, Nick Foles came in and they look the exact same, dog.
No, they did. Nick Foles can't run.
I don't. This is what I'm talking about.
A full season of Nick Foles.
I do. I wouldn't mind if I can get the first and the fifth pick from Cleveland. Hell yeah, I'm doing it tomorrow.
And you grooming your backup.
Hell,
you're grooming your next quarterback.
I'm signing one of these. What's these? Case Keenums. If I don't believe in Nick Foles,
it's a lot of those.
It's a bunch of those. I'm telling you.
But if you make the trade, you wouldn't draft another quarterback.
I don't need them.
You just take a Case Keenum.
Dead ass, they can pick anybody up off the side. Nick Foles. Nick Foles is trash. But he has Nick Foles playing at a really high level. I'm telling you.
Right now, Philly wins. You trading Carson Wentz to Cleveland first and fifth pick.
Tomorrow. I'm doing it tomorrow.
That's a game changer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a league.
And do you know what you get first and fifth? You know what you get first and the fifth? You can get a hell of a player first and fifth. You can get another. You don't need another running back. You get.
Now you said you don't like your man's a giant.
Yeah, he's trash. I like. You don't want to hit that blunt.
You don't want that blunt.
Carson Wentz should be an MVP, Jay.
And it is all because of Doug. Doug Peterson is a quarterback whisperer, bro. I'm telling you. They was talking to it was somebody that played behind him, and he said he learned so much playing behind Doug Peterson, and nobody even knew it. He played behind when he was backing up. What's the boy name? Brett Favre.
Okay.
Yeah, Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson legit, man.
That would be one of those moves. It's such a high risk, high reward type of move.
First and the fifth.
First two.
Okay. Yeah. They're ready to start the second half. College basketball style.
Would Cleveland do that?
They better do it.
All right, let's go. My bad. That's crazy.
The second half is underway.
Second half, 2017-18 NCAA basketball mid-season award show.
What's up?
FSP style.
FSP style.
What's that before we start? MJ Ho.
Support me, Jeff.
What's cracking?
Yeah, tweet some questions during the show at Full Sport Press. If you have a comment or anything about what we have to say, mostly direct them towards Weezy. Just on IG.
Please, can you please direct them towards Weezy?
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Like, sheesh.
Maybe, yeah, Jeff. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page for sure. Let's get started, man.
Yeah.
Tell a friend. Selection Sunday. 2 months away, man. It's time for our mid-season breakdown college basketball. Now, these honors that we come up with, they're solely based on what players, teams, and coaches have done so far this season.
Gotcha.
Not a Lifetime Achievement Award, Jeff.
No.
And it's not what we think will happen in the second half of the season.
I agree.
It's about what's going on
right
now. Most definitely. First thing we'll start off with is the mid-season breakout player. Who you got, Jeff?
McKinley right to fourth.
The fourth?
Yeah.
Shout out to McKinley.
Yeah. First going out of Colorado.
Yeah.
Super quick.
Yeah.
Super
Colorado,
quick.
Man. They had some players come through there.
This kid will give you 15 to 6 a game.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. What are they looking like in the Pac-12?
It's about one player.
That's true. Because I got a similar person with Luke May.
See what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Luke May, 18-10 though. He's shown that he's a walk-on.
Okay.
Career role player.
Yeah.
For an average, 3 and 2 for his career.
Wow.
So to look at him now, he's having a better season than Joel Berry. It hurt me to say that. We needed somebody to step up. Kenny Meeks left.
Yeah.
The kid that shouldn't have left. Tony Bradley.
Yeah.
Justin Jackson. Isaiah Hicks. All those guys are gone.
Okay.
With Luke May, it was a perfect storm for him to come in.
What second was that?
It's a disappearing act. He's hurt, I think. But Angelique Felton, he got in trouble. So
what's going on over there, man?
Hey, man, once we get Cam Johnson, that was my breakout player. He's a McGrath transfer coming from Pitt. He ain't played a damn game. So
this ain't y'all year though.
This is not our year.
Yeah,
next year.
They win every other year.
Yeah, for sure. We should have won. We should have went back to back. Should have got one for the Hill 2 times.
God.
Shout out to Yowski. We got one for the Hill, Yowski.
Tell him where you at.
Yowski. Where y'all want him? Y'all got us one, Yowski.
We did. Shout out to Yowski. Shout out to everybody. We here. We got one. The ceiling is the roof, Jeff.
The ceiling is the roof.
Most definitely. So you got your mid-season breakout player with you.
I was gonna go with Luke May too.
Luke May for sure.
But since you went with him,
Okay.
I want my boy Saban Lee from Vanderbilt, my guard.
He's gonna-
Freshman. Hey, double figures.
Double figures, yeah.
Freshman.
Not winning a lot of games.
Now
on
what?
West
It don't
End,
matter. It's rough right now.
But it's breakout play.
Change gonna come. Change gonna come. on
Change is
West
coming.
End.
Change be coming. Dr. Darius Garland, those boys ready to roll. What about comeback player to you, Weezy? Right back to you. Snake style.
Oh my goodness.
Got his ass.
Y'all did.
Yeah.
Gotta pause it too.
Snake style. Yeah. All right. So, comeback player of the year, Jeff, who you got?
Keanu Bates Job.
They're the same person.
Okay.
He's
It's a
here.
hell of a story, man.
Hey, man, no, for sure.
Played just 9 games last year. He's averaging 20 and 9, bouncing back from that stretch fraction.
Nah, for sure. And Ohio State's 10-1 in the conference because of him, for sure. So, if it wasn't for the Purdue Boilermakers, those guys would be, yeah, no, for sure. Those guys would be very, very high on the top 5 list. And with Bates' job, you know how I feel about Bates' jobs, though.
Can we move on?
Yeah, no, most
I'm trying to keep us on the edge.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no. Most definitely, that would be deleted. It should be, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to our slept-on player the first half of the season. Who we got, Jeff?
Low-key guy, man.
Yeah.
I like my point. Tremont Waters.
Hey, dude. Hey,
Okay.
me too.
Okay.
Look at this. I'm
It's
hyped
that
about
she
that.
feeling.
Yeah.
She feeling.
Yeah.
And they might sneak into the tournament this year.
You got to look at Tremont, man. He came in late in the season.
Yeah.
He's supposed to go to Georgetown.
Yep.
Didn't go because JT3 got fired. They were trying to figure out a way to get him in school. They finally got him there. I'm telling you, 5'9" with it, Jeff. But I remember seeing this kid on YouTube when he was like 9, 10.
Okay.
Man.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, Tremont Waters, yeah, man. He's been an internet sensation for a while, man. He only played in like 15 games so far, but he's playing, man, at a real high level.
Sheet, man.
Most definitely. You got a sleeper?
I do.
Talk to me.
Javion Carter.
Okay.
Sleeper.
Yes.
People always say, you don't think he's a sleeper?
Hell
No. People always say he's good at his defense.
Yeah, for sure, but he's scoring more.
He's scoring.
I like that with
He's scoring.
I put a remix.
He's scoring.
Yeah, see,
3.7 steals.
Yeah.
3.7 steals. 16 points.
Yeah.
Get some stats.
6.9 assists.
Talk to me.
6.9 assists.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, that's 7. Count it up. Round it up.
7-6.
Yeah, that's 7
That's
6.
all around game.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
That's your type of point
Yeah,
guard, too.
and his hairline was gone.
Oh
my God.
That's
a freshman.
That's when he
Hey,
come back.
dude, hey,
That's
it
rough.
was tough. That was rough, man. Can you imagine being 19 and losing your hair? I'd cry.
Man, 19?
19.
I don't know what you got, man.
Yeah, man, nah,
Hold
for
up.
sure. Yeah, 100 strokes in the front.
You know what I'm saying?
Most
I
definitely.
gotta get back in that routine.
Yeah, man. 100 strokes in the front, for real.
Pause that for real.
100 strokes in the front, pause. We can pause
Good
it.
pause.
Yeah,
It's good pause. It's good
Good
pause.
pause.
Good pause.
Yeah, we in mid. You know, see my man out
Yeah,
here.
my bad.
All right. So, the most impressive player performance on the first half of the season, Jeff, who you got?
Yeah, it was just one game performance.
One game performance.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm in Marcus Howard.
God damn it. Jeff, we got the same shit.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'll let you do this, man. Go ahead.
No, you got it. No, you got it.
All
I'm
right.
right with you.
52 points.
Yeah.
17 for 29 shots.
Most definitely.
11, 19 and 3s.
Yeah.
95 to 90 win.
In
overtime.
college. In college, it's hard to get a 50 in college.
Come on, man.
For sure. He averaged 21 for Marquette this year. They're trying to fire my boy Woj.
Yeah.
They're trying to get Woj out of there.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, they might need to roll Coach K ass on up out of there too. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
All
He
right.
underachieved.
Oh, God.
Listen what I'm trying to
We're
say.
going to talk about
No, yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
That's wrong.
What about your most impressive player performance?
Since y'all went with him, I'm gonna go with Trae Young.
Trae Young.
48
He didn't give it night, right?
Pick it up. Yeah.
He's
He's
giving
special.
night.
All right, so midseason defensive player of the year, Jeff. Who you got?
Javen Carter.
Javon Carter.
Locked
That's
down.
Weezy's offensive player of the
He
year.
locked down.
No.
Good job.
What he did on Trae Young?
Yeah.
That did.
Yeah.
That was a good game, man.
He locked down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Locked
That's
down.
my defense player of the year.
Yeah. My defensive player of the year is a whole team. It's the Virginia Cavaliers.
Ooh, they locked down.
This is the best defense I've seen as a collective.
You don't do that.
I did. I had to do it. When the defense hold a top 25 opponent, like Clemson.
Yeah.
Clemson's playing at a high level.
High level.
They had 13 second half points, dog.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can't
That was Clemson.
lock up the
puppies.
Lock up shot Coach Lock. Nah, for real, man.
They helped Clemson a lot. They
Man.
helped Clemson 13 points and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
literally
just said, I literally
said
said,
shit.
I mean, I know.
no, you did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
you did. You trolling today.
Yeah, I'm messing with
You
you.
trolling.
Oh,
But
man.
this is the best college basketball defense I've seen since, I would say, Florida when they won their back-to-back.
Yeah. That was fun to watch.
And we used to troll that weak-ass hoodie on.
Oh, really?
The show was off the rails, folks.
Is that how you, on Saturday, that's how you feeling?
Second half is off the rails, folks.
Yeah, no,
My
for sure.
goodness.
Okay, Wiz, what about your mid-season coach of the year?
For me, it's Bruce Pearl.
Bruce Pearl's doing a
Solid.
really good job.
Solid
A lot of sanctions going on.
Yeah.
A lot of players not
Coaching,
playing.
though.
Yeah, he's still winning games. I like that, Wiz. What about you, Jeff?
Matt Painter, Purdue.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what, they lost? One game?
Yeah. You know
Nah,
what I mean?
for
It's
sure.
solid. You know what I mean? It's out of nowhere. To me, it's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I want to thank the show for getting me back into watching college basketball.
It does.
It's
Yeah,
my
for
first
sure.
year watching, so
Yeah.
in a long time.
Purdue's playing at a high level, man. Do you? We'll talk about them.
Okay.
I'll say, do you believe in them for sure? Mid-season coach of the year for me is Chris Beard, Texas Tech.
Yeah.
18-4, 63 in the conference, and he tore his ACL while he was coaching. So,
What are you doing?
yeah, he was wild.
Out there wild.
Yeah.
Trying to get on still.
Nah, he was just on the sideline jumping,
Yeah.
hype, and
Shredded.
tore that ACL. And everything was about to pop. But for them to go, 14-1 to start off the year, 3-0 in the Big 12 with the win at Kansas. Come on, man, it's tough to do, man. So with him, he's the next Fred Hoiberg, Scott Drew at Baylor. Bob Huggins at Kansas State, Frank Martin in South Carolina. It's just one of those things. And, I had no clue. At one time, remember he had accepted the job at, where did he accept that job at? UNLV, and then he took the Texas Tech job. So he went from being the coach of Arkansas, Little Rock, all in the same week. Yeah, man. So shout out to Chris Beard. What about mid-season national player of the year?
It's unanimous, right?
It can go. It can be two of them.
It's unanimous.
It should be one, but
Who you got there?
you got Bagley.
No, I actually have Jalen Brunson, Villanova.
Kevin, man, does it improve?
No, for sure. He's a hype, though. He just is. He's a hype. Jalen Brunson is playing at a high level for Villanova.
That's a safe pick.
Nah, nobody's talking about him. He's not getting enough. 18, 19.
19
Yeah.
He ain't gonna win.
Playing at a real high level and super efficient. Shooting like 60 from the field.
Yeah.
Villanova, I think, have a really good chance of going really far.
They got a solid chance to take
For sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, goodness Christ.
Yeah. But would you if you had a vote, you would vote him?
I would vote for Jalen Brunson to be my national player of the year. Frank
Really?
Mason won national player of the year last year.
Frank Mason was cooking last year.
Yeah, not for sure. Yeah. What about you, Jeff?
I got Trey Young.
Yeah, Trey Young, listen now.
Most
Yeah.
must see TV.
That's
Yeah,
unanimous,
that's
right?
They'll be at.
Yeah, but it's not.
That's
Yeah.
unanimous MVP.
Yeah. Ain't nothing like having a unanimous MVP. Winning anything unanimous is a feat, all beyond itself. Most
Come on,
definitely.
Jay.
Let's move on to the most surprising team in college basketball in the first half. What you got?
I wouldn't Purdue.
Purdue, for sure.
That's
I agree.
Yeah, you didn't. Who thought that?
Yeah.
They won
22
18 games straight.
Yeah.
Since the Bahamas tournament, early in the season.
11-0 in the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. To have a team lose a player like Caleb Swanigan, even though you bring back 4 starters,
There you go.
losing Caleb Swanigan, a player, not a player in the NBA. I knew he wasn't going to be a player. Shout out to Coach Penny, said he was going to be a player. I told him he wasn't going to be a player. It's early.
It's early, Jay.
Really early. To see them still to be 22-2, 11-0 in the conference, I didn't see that coming. And to see them playing at a level without Caleb Swanigan is a big deal to me. What about you, Jeff?
I went Texas Tech.
Yeah.
For all the reasons you mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Coach of the year.
Who the hell would have thought that Texas Tech would be top 5
You know what I mean?
in the conference?
That's the highest they've been since Bobby Knight was there.
Yeah, easy.
So, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Tubby didn't do that. Tubby finna get fired, too.
Yeah.
Tubby finna get
shout out to Tubby.
it's about to be over with.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, maybe for good for Tubby. For a
It
while.
might be it.
Yeah.
Nah, not for a while. It's over.
I think it might be. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, had a good run.
Yeah.
He had a hell of a run.
Sit down.
Yeah, for sure. What about your most disappointing team, Weezy?
My most disappointing team?
Yeah.
My Vanderbilt Commodores.
Who thought that they were gonna be good?
I did.
That's real.
Disappointing
That's real.
to you.
That's real.
I
That's
got
his
yeah,
list.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
his list.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Chill?
Duke.
Duke. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I thought they would be undefeated by now.
That's
At least
why.
maybe one game.
That's why.
You have the number 1 player in the country. You have the number 3 player in the country. You have the number 5 player in the country. You have the number 9 player in the country. All on one team. This is what I'm saying. If you're going to recruit at that level, know how to coach players like that.
Yeah, but
Cal knows how to do that. Cal went 37-1 with that team.
Yeah,
We're supposed to be watching this team every week,
Yeah.
every game,
Must
saying
see.
how much are they going to win by.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Coach K does not know how to coach players like that, and I get that. It's really hard to do. That's what made Cal so special, dog, because you have to be able to coach those type of players.
Like,
I don't think K can.
When Coach K took over the Olympic team,
Mm-hmm.
the reason why he implemented the rules he had with not just taking stars and bringing team players over there is because of stuff like this. And he's showing this is a team full of stars, and is not working the way he wanted to work.
You know, daily doing.
Yeah, it may turn around towards tournament time. This is just a mid-season award.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like this team should be
Disappointing.
We should watch this team like just run roughshod over college basketball.
For sure. My most disappointing team is Texas, man. 14-8, 4-5 in the Big 12. You lose to UT Arlington.
They got a lot going on there.
You lose to Arkansas.
They got a lot going on there.
You lose to Kent State.
Arkansas's decent.
You lose to Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State's decent.
They're 9th in the conference, bro. They have a losing record.
They got a kid fighting cancer right now.
And I get that.
That's really,
was a contributor.
Yeah,
I get that.
That's really taking
That's
a lot of focus from the team.
I get that. But you listen now. You beat 4 top 10 teams, and then you come out. You have a number 5 player in the country on your team.
Yeah.
There's no way that you should be 8th, 7th in the conference.
So, are we putting Shaka on the hot seat?
Shaka's on the hot seat officially, for sure. Yeah, you beat anybody. You beat anybody.
Did he
He's
stay
a clunker of a
Did he
season.
stay at VCU 1 year too long?
I think he was waiting for a job that was never going to. Could never get. I
Okay.
think he wanted like UConn,
Something like that.
Yeah.
I just think the lights are too bright for Shaka.
No, it's really hard to recruit at Texas.
Yeah.
But you got Mo Bamba. They never had a player like that since KD. Yeah, and Mo Bamba is supposed to be playing. They got another kid who went to Oak Hill.
Mm-hmm.
They got Jacob Young, Joe Young's little brother.
What
They
they
have
had?
players.
What they doing?
And that's why they're disappointed.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So what's the midseason best conference in college basketball
Right now today,
today? That's what we're talking about.
Big 12.
I don't think so.
I agree with
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so last Saturday's annual Big 12 SEC Challenge let you know.
Last week.
Listen, Alabama quieted the Trae Young show. Kentucky erased a 17-point deficit to beat West Virginia. Florida blew out Baylor. Arkansas outlasted Oklahoma State. So I think Auburn will be a number 2 seed. Got Kentucky as a 3 seed. Tennessee could be a 4 seed. Florida's a 5 seed. Alabama, Arkansas, both 7 seeds.
I think you should flip Tennessee and Florida.
Either way, yeah. Texas A&M will be a 10 seed. 7, 8 teams will be in this
I can do the same thing
tournament.
in Big 12 right now. Kansas State, Oklahoma, TCU, Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State's not going to be
Texas Tech.
Texas
Texas
Tech.
Tech. Yeah.
Same thing.
West Virginia.
Virginia.
Who would?
And none of them would be under Tennessee.
But this is what I'm saying. People automatically assume, though, that the Big 12 has always been pretty good in basketball. No one talks about how good the SEC is. And the SEC is good this year.
Well, I'm going to talk about
That's
the
what I'm
SEC a
saying.
little bit later on.
Mhm.
Well, next question.
Yeah.
But I had the Big 12 for best season, best conference.
Okay.
At this point.
I get you. All right, for sure. Let's move on to the midseason hardest conference to predict.
I went with the SEC on that one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I went to SEC on that one.
Well, it's hard to predict who the best team is there.
Exactly.
But
Because Kentucky's not performing
right.
how they should.
Auburn's a 2 seed. Auburn's going to be the highest seed.
Right, who would have thought that?
Who
So
would've-
you can't pick that.
That goes into my midseason best conference. Just saying. But the hardest conference to predict me is the ACC.
Tennessee's up and down.
Dude, the ACC should be Duke's to lose, right?
College basketball should be Dukes to lose.
Exactly.
We're
But
talking about the SEC
Virginia.
right now. We're talking about the SEC.
No, because I was off there. I already talked about the SEC. I talked about the SEC when I was talking about my best conference. So y'all can talk about the SEC. Go ahead. No, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Why is the SEC the hardest conference to predict?
Because they all up and down. You don't think so?
No.
Kentucky's underperforming.
The only thing that I think, yeah, they are. I agree 100% with that. They are
Texas
underperforming.
A&M's got to get healthy.
Texas A&M is a clunker of a team, but they'll still make the
Yeah,
tournament.
they've got. If they get healthy, they're scared.
Florida,
They can win the
Florida's
SEC
hit and
tournament.
miss.
Florida's hit and miss.
Missouri's hit and miss.
Yeah, I agree. But what I'm saying is the hardest conference to predict. Virginia is the best. Who would have thought that Virginia would be better than Duke? Or would be ranked higher?
Right now.
Nobody thought that.
Right now.
Yeah. Miami's really good.
Really good.
Clemson's good.
Miami's solid. I would say really
Yeah,
good.
for sure. They'll be in the thick of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
North Carolina isn't going anywhere. We'll still make the tournament. So if you look at teams like that, I think the ACC has been the hardest to predict because Duke is playing at they lost to St. John's today, dog.
No argument here.
Yeah,
I'm
for
just,
sure. Yeah.
I'm just saying, to me, the hardest conference for me to predict
Right.
is the SEC.
There we go. That's where everybody got a list, for sure. Okay, so let's go through some mid-season first team All-Americans.
Let's do it.
Before we get out of here. Of course, everybody has Trae Young, right?
Yeah.
You want to go through everybody go through your 4 players?
5.
Well, 5 players.
Yeah, you go ahead, Weezy. You got it.
So we got right.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
Nope. Trae Young. Marvin Bagley. DeAndre Ayton.
Mm-hmm.
And Trey Holder.
Trae Young, for sure. What about you, Jeff?
I got the same list as Weezy, but I just got Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter, man. Okay.
Yeah.
I have the same list. I have Trey Holder, Jalen Brunson, Trae Young, Marvin Bagley, and DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton is not getting enough publicity.
Yeah.
Cold.
2011.
Yeah, easy though.
2011.
Old
Yeah,
school
easy
people.
though.
Yeah.
Cold.
But and can shoot that thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, for sure. If you look at this kid, he's moved up the board so high.
Yeah.
He's the number 1 pick in the draft.
And he's letting you know about it, too.
Yeah, no, for sure.
He's letting you know about it.
Yeah, he's number 1 pick in the draft. So you got him, and Michael Porter Jr. still there. You still have Marvin Bagley. The person that moved the most is Trae Young, but he's a lottery pick going into the start of the season. Now he's a top 5, 6 pick. Luka Doncic. He's not playing in college basketball.
Michael Porter Jr.
Luka,
be
top
cold.
5. Michael Porter Jr.
He must
I
be
mean,
cold.
people. Kyrie Irving play what?
That's
11 games?
that's what I think of when he did
Yeah.
he didn't play in something. He must be
No, he's not.
cold.
Kyrie missed. He didn't. We didn't know.
We didn't
4
know.
games.
We didn't know. Yeah, he played like 10, 11 games. And you have him go number 1. So I'm telling you, Michael Porter's not moving out of the top 3. He won't work out. So he'll be fine.
Gosh.
Yeah, no, for sure. Trey Holder, who we didn't talk about. Listen, man.
That's why I had substituted out. I didn't have him on mine.
Okay.
I had Jalen Carter.
Trey Holder can. Ooh.
He can.
Yeah, no, for sure. To say that he's the reason that Arizona State is playing at a high level in the Pac-12 is a great point. I think he'll be a late first, early second round pick, so he can play.
Okay.
And of course, the dog Jalen Brunson, Trae Young. Marvin Bagley, has he disappointed you?
No.
No.
Not to me.
Okay.
I guess my expectations weren't that high for him.
Okay.
With all that, to me, him averaging 22 and 10 a game with that loaded squad,
Yeah.
that means a lot.
I think that's the problem. I think they run too many plays. If you look at it, Anthony Davis averaged 10 points a game in Kentucky.
He did.
Devin Booker averaged 6. He didn't even start.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those things where
Think about how loaded that team was.
crazy. So if you sit and say Marvin Bagley is shooting the ball to a point where he gets 21 and 11, why not get everybody involved? So Trey Duval can average 11, 12. Grayson Allen averaged 14.
I'm worried about
Trey Duval, he can't shoot.
I'm worried about
Yeah, so in turn he can't shoot. And so all they do, just back away from him.
I think they're running so many plays for him.
Yeah.
It's easy for Coach K to coach that way.
Yeah, no, that's the only way he knows how to coach.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like that's more of a traditional style of basketball he's used to.
Yeah.
And somebody like Grayson can get a shot, get a three, get a bucket, hit it, but then feed the big man power. So
Yeah, so you have to, you can't run the same system that you ran when you have 4 and 5 year players on your team.
talk to me.
You understand what I'm saying? So you have to move these guys. You let these guys go.
Okay.
Coach K will not do that. And he'll learn when they go out in the first round like they do every year. And they bring
You a
in
Carolina
Zion.
fan.
No.
You a Carolina fan.
Yeah, most definitely.
For real.
And you bring in Zion, and you bring in R.J. Barrett,
Yeah.
and then you bring in Cam Reddish. 3 of the best players in the world again. And you do the same shit again, then it's going to be like, well, what the hell? But if this was Cal with this team, they'll be like, okay, I don't know that.
Man, that scene would be so every sports center leading would be Cal can't hold his team together.
Have you heard any of that about Duke?
Not one thing.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the
Not
same page.
one time.
I ain't heard one thing
Not
about,
one piece.
hey, is anything wrong with
gonna
Coach?
hear it.
No.
Yeah, but when Cal had that same problem,
Dude, the team has 14 people on it. 11 players were McDonald's All-Americans on this
come
team.
on, man.
Come on, man.
It's
What
supposed to
we
be like that
talking
Kentucky team where they were just subbing 5 and 5.
5.
5 and 5.
And they roll the ball out there.
Yeah.
No, nobody can guard Marvin Bagley. Nobody can stay in front of Trey Duval. Let him go, man. Let him go. But you know, I do that. And now listen. Bro Williams can't coach like that either. So that's why he doesn't get those plays.
That's why he stays away from it.
He gets 4-year projects. We win a national championship or play in a national championship
Yeah.
within 3 to 4 years. Most definitely. We won one last year. But Cal, yeah, we got one for the hill. But Cal get them boys in. Real quick, man, let's get out of here. Midseason women's Final Four prediction. Who you got number 1 seed? UConn for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Kay Lou, man. My girl Kay Lou Sanders. Yeah. Kia Nurse. Crystal Dangerfield. Crystal South. Sure. That was my girl, man. Yeah, for sure. Second seed. Louisville. Mississippi State for me too, for sure. Third.
Mississippi State.
Yeah, okay.
Louisville.
Baylor for me in 3. And 4.
Baylor.
Louisville.
Baylor or UT.
UT
maybe for sure.
UT sneaking there. Yeah. All right, so what about the men's? Mid-season men's Final Four prediction. Number 1 seed. Who y'all got? Purdue? Wheezy? Villanova. I got Villanova as well. Number 2 seed.
Villanova. Purdue.
I got Duke as a 2 seed because they'll win the ACC.
Wait. Are you saying 2 overall or just 2 seed in the...
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I got you.
3. Who wants to go?
Me? I got
Virginia.
Villanova.
I got Purdue at 3. And then I got Virginia at 4.
I got Kansas sneaking back in there.
Tennessee.
Tennessee what?
Tennessee.
I like that Wheezy.
Tennessee.
I like that.
I ain't gonna bet
I like that.
They got the young bull.
Yeah.
So they say.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So
that's a good 4, man.
Tennessee is a solid team.
Tennessee.
It's a solid team.
They play inside-outside game. They supposed to have a young bull.
They won't. Chill, man. They won't. They won't even make it out of the SEC tournament. They'll lose. Arkansas, Florida, somebody will beat them in the SEC tournament.
Why
They
not?
will.
Why?
Well, why not?
Yeah, they
Why
got
not?
young bull.
You want to
like that?
You want to bet? You want to bet on their UT in the SEC tournament?
I ain't betting nobody on my team.
Yeah, for sure, man. Another one in the books, fellas.
Hey.
Let us know, man, what y'all think about the college basketball season, where it's going. Do you believe that Coach K is getting a fair shake with this? Do you believe in Purdue? Yeah,
Take it back. Do you believe in Treon?
Before we get out here, man, shout out to A-Rod. Shout out to, not A-Rod. Shout out to Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones. Baseball Hall of Fame.
Chipper Jones. Who else?
Yeah.
Jim Tomey.
Jim Tomey. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. One more I forgot.
Probably should write it down if you're going to give a shout out.
Out here.
Most definitely. Now, tweet us with questions during the show at Full Sport Press. Over, give us a comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell all the friends, man.
About that FSP podcast, man.
Since 2014.
Since 2014, the revolution will be podcast. Jeff.
Everything
Camera's always on, bro.
Camera's always on, man. Let's get out of here.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.